Coffee?
No, thanks. I rarely touch it. I tell you, if the job doesn't kill you, that stuff will.
I've developed a pretty strong stomach lately.
And a very strong case here, Robert. That's good work.
It's not over yet.
Come on, you've got Scotty and Heather in jail.
Yeah, both crying innocence.
Well, with the case you've got against them, I'd expect them to be hollering.
Yeah, well, it's all too easy, Bert.
Well, wait a minute. What's bothering you?
It's this missing piece. Where do the Quartermains fit in?
Well, weren't you satisfied with their statement?
Oh, yeah, up until I learnt they hadn't been telling me all of it.
Every family has skeletons in the closet.
This marriage of Lila to Crane Tolliver is more than just that. It's an open invitation to blackmail.
Yeah, well, it's nice talking to you, too, Mrs. Quartermain. But I must say it's kind of a surprise.
Oh, I'm so glad I caught you. I'll come right to the point, dear. We would love to have you join us here this evening for a little family get-together.
Family get-together?
Yes. I know this invitation is long overdue, but I do hope that you'll consent to come. It's very informal, just us.
Us?
Well, Edward, Alan, Monica, the entire family. Oh, do say you'll come.
Well, I will say that you have me very curious, Mrs. Quartermain.
Then please say that you'll join us. It would mean so much to all of us.
Good girl, Lila.
She will get him here.
Putty in her hand.
Then you will come.
Hey, you can take this. It's lousy, just like the rest of this rotten place.
Better get used to it.
Don't say that. I mean, you got them to set bail, didn't you?
Denied. The only thing that's going to open that door for you now is some new information.
Well, I'll give them something.
Don't jerk me around, Heather. I'm having enough problems with your case as it is.
Wait.
Let's face it, Heather. You're going to be eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner here for a good long time.
No, I've got what we need.
What?
I remember something.
What?
I remember something I saw the night of the murder.
Would the cocktail hour be convenient? Say, 6-ish?
Well, yeah, I should be off work by then.
And you don't have to dress.
Well, I'll wear something.
Oh, well, naturally. What I meant was you don't have to fuss.
Well, I don't usually, and I hope you don't go to any trouble either.
Oh, not at all. We'll have a nice, quiet, relaxed visit. It'll be so good to finally get acquainted.
Don't let him back out.
What's that?
Just a little interference on the line, dear. You will join us then?
Yeah, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Oh, I just can't tell you how happy that makes me. We look forward to seeing you so much. Goodbye. Yeah.
Well done, Lila.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Well, you know, I'm looking forward to it myself. He seems like a charming boy.
Are you okay?
Yeah. That was, Mrs. Quartermain on the phone. She, wants me to come over for cocktails.
Whoa, how about that? You're gonna go, aren't you?
Well, I told her I would, yeah.
Come on, not everybody makes the Quartermain guest list. That's great. Isn't it?
I'm not sure. Something tells me it's more than just, getting acquainted.
Is this a stall tactic, a ruse, or just another lie to heap on the pile of others?
I'm telling you the truth.
You saw something on the night of the murder? Don't you think it's a little late to be telling me this now? Particularly when you've been interrogated by the police commissioner twice?
I was scared. I had to assimilate my thoughts. I didn't want to...
What?
I didn't want to involve anyone else.
That is the most preposterous thing you've said to date.
I am telling you the truth, Mr. Myers. Please, I know I haven't always been truthful with you in the past, but this time I've really got something.
I haven't got time for this. You are sitting here in front of me, fabricating lies to questions I haven't even asked yet.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the courthouse to resign your case. Then I'm going to run a 5K and take a 2-week shower.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that
You
to
are
me
not
now.
giving me any incentive to stay, Heather. I have a reputation in this town of being an honest attorney. Once I put you up on that stand, it vanishes, along with my integrity. And next to my health, that's something I value much more in this world than anything else. Good luck, Heather.
Oh, please, please listen to me.
The court will appoint you another attorney.
Not as good as you.
Who told you that?
You did. Now, I need you, Jake.
How much?
I'll do anything. Anything you ask me to.
All I've ever wanted from you, from the beginning, was the truth. Now look, Heather, I know that's a high price for you to pay. But if you want me to be representing you, you're going to have to pay it.
All right. All right, I'll tell you the truth. And if when I get finished you think I'm lying, you can go.
Okay, lady. Start talking. Before you tell me what it is you saw, why don't you tell me why it is you haven't told me till now?
I already told you that. I was scared. I know too much.
About?
About the quartermaids. I know that Susan was definitely blackmailing them.
How do you know?
Because of things I heard, I put it all together. I mean, Susan was trying to contact Jackie Templeton and give her information.
This is all old news, Heather. The only thing that's going to help you now is concrete facts.
How about death threats? Is that concrete enough for you?
Depends on who's doing the threatening.
Monica Quartermain.
Go on.
I went to her, and I told her what Susan was trying to do with Jackie. She went crazy. I mean, I have never seen anyone that mad, and she started saying all kinds of things.
I'm going to need exact words.
Okay. Have you got a pencil?
Shoot.
Okay, Monica said that she was going to do something about it. Aren't you going to write it down?
You call that a threat?
Well, it was. I mean, you should have heard her voice. It was very threatening.
It's not good enough, Heather.
I know.
There's more.
Oh, yeah. There's a whole lot more. I saw who murdered Susan.
You feel the quartermains are involved?
Oh, yeah. I just don't know how deeply.
Blackmail runs pretty deep.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to find out about it this way. I've got all these reports to sort through.
Was there anything you want me to do?
Yeah, I want you to give me the goods on this Tolliver character.
I should have something on him today.
Good. Oh, listen, I've got that housekeeper woman. What's her name?
Bowman, Mrs. Bowman.
Right. Now, listen, if you're around, I'd like you in on that. Okay. After that, I've got to get to the bank to see Carlson. Then I've got to go to the hospital to see Holly.
Wait a minute, tell me, what does our commissioner do in his spare time?
He's what?
Yeah.
Come in.
This just came in, Captain.
Thanks, Carl. Oh, it's the make on Tolliver. You want to read it?
Go ahead. I can sign and listen at the same time.
This thing is like a book.
Just give me the juicy parts.
All right. It looks as if he spent most of his life in prison. Pennsylvania.
Release?
Release several months ago.
All right. Last known whereabouts?
Seems like this guy's just dropped completely out of sight.
In that case, I want an APB on him.
APB, right. You heard the commissioner. Take off.
Yes, sir.
You know, Susan had been seeing Tolliver. It's quite possible it was right here in Port Charles, in view of the fact that we have no evidence to the effect that she was out of town recently. He could be still here.
Right.
Come in. Commissioner? Yeah, what do you got for me?
Live report on the Baldwin case, sir.
Oh,
Good.
I'm listening.
Yes, sir. It appears that the assailant was standing about 3 feet from the victim.
3 feet. Okay. Bert, get up, will you?
Sure.
I'm not too good with distances. Now, I'm Susan and you're the murderer. Now, what's 3 feet here?
I'd say this is approximately 3 feet.
Okay, then what?
The assailant fired point blank.
How do you know?
Powder traces, sir. There was a little residue left over on the victim's slip.
Okay. You're the murderer, Bert. I'm Susan. Come to me with a gun.
All right. What are you doing?
Any sign that she tried to defend herself? Maybe bob, weave, twist, anything?
No, sir. It appears that she was taken completely by surprise. Probably didn't even have time to react.
She had time to react. It might have been only seconds, but she had time to react. If he walked in there and pulled a gun on me, I would find the time to react.
Robert, what are you after?
I'm trying to figure out whether it was male or female that committed the murder.
Well, now, how do you do that?
You react a little differently, don't you? Man to woman, all that.
Well, I certainly hope so.
Good, I'm glad you noticed. Now, Susan was in the bedroom in her slip, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, if she perceived a possible threat from someone stronger, perhaps even more powerful than herself, she'd have had an instinctive reaction, wouldn't she?
Now, once again, you're saying that she'd react differently to a man than to a woman.
Exactly. If she was threatened by a man, she'd have tried to protect herself. You know, she'd have bobbed, weaved, ducked, something, right?
All right, let's go to the other side of the coin. What if it were a woman?
I don't think she would have felt quite so threatened.
Do you really think there'd be that much difference?
I've got to admit, it's a little on the thin side, but everything seems to point to the fact that she didn't try to protect herself. Therefore, she mustn't have felt threatened.
Well, now, if you're suggesting that the killer was a woman, you've got Heather.
Nah, not enough. I want evidence, not conjecture. I want proof. I want something that's going to stand up. I want to be able to put that gun firmly in somebody's hand and convict them.
Well, I think we better get over to the clinic and get into those files.
Not yet. Not till I find out what's wrong with my friend here.
Hey, I'm okay.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure couldn't prove it by looking at your face.
Well, I just can't figure out why Lila called. Why the sudden interest?
Well, you're gonna find out tonight, right?
Yeah, you might even have a good time doing it.
I don't know. I've never had a good time with any Quartermain.
Oh, no, Lila is different. Lila is a delight and a genuine lady.
Can I get you folks anything else?
No, thanks very much, but we have got to get to the clinic.
I can't leave until I convince you that you have to stop worrying about that party.
Really, the Quartermains know how to entertain. I'll give them that.
Yeah, but I don't think they're the kind of people that entertain just for fun.
Oh, come on now. They enjoy a good time as much as anybody.
Yeah, as long as it's not at my expense.
Well, I doubt that's going to happen. They do have a lot of peculiarities, but they are just people.
If you say so.
Oh, come on, Jimmy Lee. Give them a chance.
Listen, for people who didn't want me in the same town with them, how come they all of a sudden want to get to know me? I'm telling you, they're up to something.
Uh-huh. And you got something on your shoulder.
Hmm?
A great, big, fat chip. I can see it from here.
It shows, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes. And you might have a better time tonight if you left it at home.
Maybe. I tell you, one thing's for sure. I'm gonna let them do all the talking.
Hey, good idea. Everybody loves a listener.
Great idea. What do you got to lose?
Nothing. Whatever I had to lose, I lost a long time ago. There's no use in worrying about it now, right?
I thought you were going to leave that at home.
What?
That chip on your shoulder.
Come on, everybody's worrying about me. It's the Quartermains that have the trouble.
Thanks.
I want some color stories, you know, some human interest stuff related to the murder.
If you mean like calling her butcher and her tailor and her hairdresser, forget it.
Hey, you don't know what you can come up with, Jackie.
Oh,
So what are you crusading journalists working on now?
She's a crusader.
He's just shouting out the orders.
No. All I'm asking for here is a little human interest.
And all I'm offering is more coffee. How about it?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Me too, please.
Okay.
Rose, tell me, what's the buzz around here about the Baldwin murder, huh?
Well, to tell you the truth, I've quit listening. I'm sick of the topic. I just wish they'd hurry up and solve it. Sorry, but you asked.
You know, maybe Rose is sick of the murder, but I tell you what, it sells newspapers.
You're not kidding. Our circulation is way up.
Done a great job on the story, Jackie.
Anybody can get facts straight. Having such a problem putting it together, I can't tell you how it's bothering me.
Why don't you run it by me again,
Well, the big unanswered question is why the Quartermains were at Susan's that night.
You got any thoughts?
Not even a clue.
Well, you talked to them.
Yeah, that really bothers me. I just feel like I failed. Like I just didn't hit it on the nose.
Why? What happened?
Oh, they just sort of gave me some song and dance, and, you know, what else can
Yeah,
I
but
do?
they answered your questions, didn't they?
Very surface, very surface. And the more I think about it, the more I feel like they're covering something up.
Yeah, well, maybe they're just sensitive to publicity, you know? They have every reason to be. Their family is made a lot of big waves in the city, you know?
Yeah, they're going to see a lot more before I'm through.
You want to dig? I'll pay for the shovel.
Yeah, but it won't be in their backyard.
Meaning what?
Meaning that I'm not going to go back to them. They're just going to stonewall me again. I've got to find another way to get them.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll come up with it, Jackie.
Ian, there is a guy, a doctor, a young doctor living with them up at the Quartermain Mansion. What is his name? Grant Putnam. He works over at General Hospital.
So what makes you think he's going to give you anything?
If he's got something, I'm going to get it.
Pretty sure of yourself, aren't you?
Well, if I don't have faith in myself, who will? So look, he's been living with these people, so I know he's got to have some family secrets. I'm going to go wheedle them out of him. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Mrs. Bowman, Commissioner?
Good morning, Mrs.
Morning.
Bowman. Thank you for coming.
I don't feel so nervous this time.
That's good. You've met Captain Ramsey here?
Oh, yes.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't realize you were a captain. I called you officer.
Oh, that's all right. I've been called worse things.
Look, I've asked Captain Ramsey to stay, if that's all right with you.
Oh, of course.
Fine. Now, we're not going to keep you very long. I just have a few questions. Tell me about the morning that you went to the bank.
Oh, with Mrs. Baldwin and the baby. Yes.
What was the purpose of the visit, do you know?
Well, just that Mrs. Baldwin wanted to see one of the bank officers about some business affairs, she said.
Were you present during the meeting?
No, I took the baby out so they could talk.
I see. Tell me, did Mrs. Baldwin say anything to you on the way to the bank?
Yes, sir. But I wouldn't want to repeat some of what she said. I was surprised she used that language. I don't like it when a woman uses language like that, no matter how upset she is.
She was upset.
Mad as hell, I'd say. Excuse me.
What was she angry about?
Her husband, I think. At least she was very sarcastic about him. Kept calling him her darling husband, and then she'd use one of those words. She was very mad.
That all?
Well, of course, she was very upset when we got back home and found the mess.
Well, wait a minute. A mess. Now, I recall you telling me that the house was kept in a perfect state of order.
Well, that's why it was such a shock to find it ransacked like that.
Tell me exactly what happened when you got home.
Well, somebody had broken in. The place was in shambles. Drawers were open. Things were strewn all over the place. Mrs. Baldwin told me to take the baby upstairs. The next thing I know, she's on the telephone, ranting and raving.
Who was she talking to?
Edward Quartermain.
You sure it was Edward Quartermain?
Commissioner, I'm not an eavesdropper, but, well, she was yelling so loud I couldn't help but overhear.
Okay. What else did you hear?
Well, she accused him of sending this man over to rob her. What was his name? Horton. No, Wharton.
Wait. Hold on. Keep going.
Well, I heard her say Mr. Quartermain sent this man over to rob her papers, but he only got the copies.
Mrs. Bowman, look, if you can, try to tell me precisely what she said.
She said Wharton only got the copies. I still have the original.
That's all?
She hung up the phone.
Boy, I wish you'd told us this before.
What, is it important?
It's very important. Look, I may need to talk to you again later on, but that's all for now.
Oh, of course, Commissioner. It's not so bad once you get used to it. Everyone's so nice.
I'll see you to the door, Mrs.
All right. Thank you, Captain.
Thank you.
What papers are we talking about here? Legal papers, newspapers, cigarette papers?
Wait a minute.
Ah,
I can help you with Wharton. He works for a sleazy lawyer named Kane. He'd do anything for a fee.
including breaking and entering?
I wouldn't put it past him.
All right. Wharton first. I want him in here.
Commissioner?
Look, later. I'm busy now.
They said it's urgent.
Who said what's urgent?
Jake Meyer and his client. They said they have new information on Susan Baldwin's murder.
Just tell the commissioner what you told me. That'll do it.
Look, do you think he'll believe me?
Why not? It's the truth, isn't it?
I just don't want to make any mistakes, that's all.
You let me worry about that. You just tell him what you know. Everybody else takes care of themselves. Hello, Captain. Jake.
This had better be good, Meyer. I don't like having my time wasted.
Neither do I, Commissioner. My client here has some new information. In exchange, I hope you'll consider interceding to get her bail.
I'm not going to make any deals.
I'm not asking you to. I'm just asking you to listen. What you hear will get you a conviction on murder 1.
I have a complaint complaint, Doctor.
The wheelchair, I know.
Well, no, I'd say something about this driver here.
Well, can I help it if I'm in a hurry to get you out of here?
Hospital regulations, Claudia. We can't let you leave here without one.
Oh, and I wouldn't think of leaving here without saying thank you.
Not everybody has the chief of staff keeping an eye on them.
Yes.
It's nice to see you looking so well again. You gave us quite a scare, you know.
Oh, well, not to mention all the other people at the clinic, huh?
I just don't understand why anyone would want to harm people at the waterfront clinic.
Simple. Somebody wants to see the clinic closed.
Excuse me. Oh, I know how anxious you are. Your release paper. Dr. Downey just signed it.
Such service.
Well, it's the least we can do. Brian is a very important person around here.
See? What do I keep trying to tell you?
You keep telling me. But you're a pretty important person with us, too.
Oh, I'm so grateful to all of you here.
Steve, there's another reason why we are here.
If it's about the food, I haven't had one single complaint all day.
No, we have a request. All right, honey. You ask.
Dr. Hardy, we'd like to be married.
Well, for heaven's sake.
Oh, that's wonderful.
You mean it's really going to happen?
Yes, it's really going to happen.
Well, that's great, but you don't need my permission for that.
To use the hospital chapel, we do.
Oh, Steve.
That's a wonderful idea.
You mean that we can?
You can have the chapel anytime you want it.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
When's it all going to happen?
Oh, after we make our plan.
Well, actually, I haven't spoken to my parents yet. They're out of town.
Oh, I'm so delighted for both of you.
Yes. Thank you for sharing the news with us. Imagine a wedding right here in General Hospital.
That's right.
Well, we better tell the rest of the members of the staff. Come on, lady. I know you're anxious to tell everybody.
That's right.
Take care now.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Careful. Bye-bye.
We were that way, remember?
Certainly do.
All that excitement before and after the wedding.
I'll never forget that. Oh, darling, I would relive every minute of it gladly.
So would I. Best days of my life. And it's not over yet, either.
Wait a minute. This is a replay. Now, let me see. The door was open, right? Partially ajar. And so you went inside. Then you heard Susan singing. Then you heard her shout no, and then you went upstairs, huh?
And then I heard the shot.
And thinking quick, you slipped into a closet, but it was dark in there, so you couldn't see anything.
Yes, that's what I told you.
I thought you told me that you had something new here.
Let her finish.
Okay, head up.
I closed the closet door. And I was terrified, so I just stood there. Then I heard footsteps. They were coming from Susan's bedroom. So I pushed the door open slightly. And then I saw her. I knew it was her. I saw who murdered Susan. It was Monica Quartermain.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.